Today we're going to get really real. I know exactly what you're going through: the brain fog, the belly fat, the broken sleep, the cravings, the guilt, the exhaustion, but nothing's shifting. And you're wondering, is it just me? Am I doing something wrong? I've been there, and I have spent years stuck, searching and spiraling. But now I know exactly what to do. And by the end of this video, I promise that you will too. Welcome back to Inspired by Amanda, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Amanda. I have spent the last 10 plus years navigating through the absolute chaos of perimenopause, and I have recently decided to start this channel to share everything that I have learned over those years through research, through proper studies done by real women who have real women in mind. And it has been life-changing for me. And so my promise to you is that through this channel, I will share everything that I have learned and that I'm continuing to learn that will make perimenopause much easier for you. And if you are struggling with things like weight loss, or you've unexpected weight gain, you are dealing with complete chaos in terms of your hormones, then all of it can be fixed, and I'm going to share it all here on this channel. So let's dive right into today's video. I would describe perimenopause as like someone changing the rules of the game and they forget to tell you. Your hormones are fluctuating wildly, estrogen drops, cortisol rises, and progesterone disappears altogether, and you're left wondering why your body's suddenly storing fat around your middle, why your sleep is an absolute disaster, and why you feel like a different person every week. I remember thinking, I am doing everything right, so why do I feel so wrong? The truth is that I was doing what used to work for me in my 30s, and it was failing me in my 40s. It wasn't until I learned about hormone sensitive fat storage, blood sugar crashes, and the real impact of stress on the female body that everything started to make sense. Then there's the mental load, and this was huge for me. The brain fog was intense. I'd walk into a room and completely forget why I was there. I was irritable, so irritable. I was anxious, something that I never ever suffered with, and quick to tears, and I didn't understand why. I thought I was losing my mind, but it was my hormones again. The cycle, it's brutal, and it keeps so many of us stuck. I think one of the hardest things for me through all of this was that my body felt different. I just didn't feel like myself. My workouts felt harder. I was definitely sore for much longer after a workout, and my knees and hips ached. So I just felt old. And then if you're someone who's used to checking weight on the scale, you may notice that that's been going up or just not budging despite what you're doing. So I thought I needed to do more cardio and eat less and push as hard as physically possible. So that's what I did. But of course, that just made it all worse. And what I didn't know at the time was that our bodies need more recovery at this stage in our life, not more punishment. We need protein, real protein, especially after workouts, and that's really important and something that I've really implemented. And we need to train smarter, not harder. When I learned all of this through my endless hours of research, I then swapped endless cardio for strength training, and I started honoring my recovery and my nutrition. My body finally has started to respond. So just to give you a little bit of background on me, I'm a mom of 3 gorgeous kids. I'm also a business owner, and quite a new business owner. I had a hobby of creating designer cakes for years, and I have now turned that into a business. I'm a cake designer, and I'm a woman who just wears 15 different hats a day. And for a long time, I have put everyone else first, and I felt guilty even thinking about taking time for myself. But here is what I've learned recently. When I take care of me, I have more to give. I have more energy, I have more patience for my children and my husband, and I just have more joy in my life. trying to overhaul your whole life in one go, that's overwhelming. You just need to start small. Take that advice from me. Do one thing, one small thing at a time. That's what I did, and then it snowballs in the best possible way. So here's the truth. Most of the fitness and diet advice out there, it's made for men. And for years, I did not understand this, and it's leaving women in their 40s feeling broken. But you're not broken. You're not lazy. You're not past it. This is simply a new phase in our life, and we need a new approach. That's what's so important here. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to stop you guessing, stop punishing, and finally feel in control again, because at the end of the day, that's what we all want, and we can have that. Okay, so now we've been through all of the symptoms and we know how we're suffering. So what do you actually do when your hormones are all over the place and your body isn't responding? Well, now I'm going to share with you the exact roadmap that has changed everything for me. First and number one for me is to lift heavy and lift smart. Forget hours of cardio. You need strength training, at least 2 to 4 times a week. And this should be short, effective sessions focused on compound movements. This will build lean muscle, it will protect your metabolism, and it will help manage insulin and cortisol levels. Number 2, and so important, is to prioritize protein. You need to aim for at least 30 to 40 grams of high quality protein per meal, and especially at breakfast and around your workouts. This will balance blood sugar, it'll reduce cravings, and it supports the all-important recovery. Number 3, and one that I can really say we are not good at in general, is to manage stress like it's your job. Your body just can't burn fat or build muscle if your cortisol is out of control. For me, this means daily walks, 10 to 15 minutes of silence or journaling. I love to meditate, learning to say no without guilt. You need to understand what is right for you in the moment and not be afraid to say no when things don't feel right. You need to put yourself first, especially in this phase of life, and not feel guilty for doing that. Something that I've really become aware of this year is cycle aware habits, and something that I wasn't following at all. So your energy, your hunger, and your mood all shift across your cycle. So it's so important that you're tracking those symptoms, and then you can actually match your workouts and your nutrition to your hormonal phase. And I'm in the process of developing a free downloadable tracker that's going to allow you to track how you're feeling every month and all of your symptoms. It shows you the 4 phases of your cycle, and I will also show you exactly what you should be doing in terms of workouts during each phase. And I'm going to have this available absolutely free as a tool to really help you during the phase of perimenopause. Ditch the all or nothing mentality. Progress in perimenopause is most definitely not linear. Some weeks you're going to feel really strong and in flow, and others really not so much. That's normal. Don't quit, just adapt instead. There are weeks when I just feel so low and not myself, but it's understanding that that is normal and just making little tweaks that makes all the difference. You're not broken, you just need a new strategy, one that's made for us women. That is what I teach here on my channel. That is what I now live, and I want you to feel this strong too. We only live one life, and it is far too short a life to spend the majority of it struggling with perimenopause and symptoms when there are so many things that we can do to make it so much easier. So if you've been feeling stuck, you're overwhelmed, or you're just not feeling like you anymore, I want you to know that change is absolutely possible. Not with quick fixes or willpower, that won't work here, but with understanding, compassion, and the right tools for this stage of life. And on this channel, I've got them. I've got all the tools you need, and I will share every single one of them. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, then you will love this video where I show how you should be training in your 40s and beyond. The workout split that actually works during perimenopause. So until the next one, take care, guys.